And welcome back to Pittsburgh Sports Now. Mike Vukovcan. We're at Seneca Valley High School, and we're with Josh Kaltenberger. Josh, remember talking with you when you got your first offer, or messaging with you when you got your first offer, and since then, your recruitment has just steadily been on the incline. How much are you appreciating just this whole thing? Because you didn't come in as a player like some of the recruits that are getting, recruits as a sophomore and stuff. You had to go out and show the coaches and earn it, and now you're getting rewarded for it in a big time way. This, I assume, it's a bunch of very gratifying.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a crazy time. I'm really blessed to go through this whole process, and I've definitely had fun with it. It's just been crazy for me to experience it. I never thought I'd be going through this, and it's truly a blessing.
Did you have any expectations for? Did your coach, or did you get any sort of vibe heading into the season, at least in this off season? What it was going to be like? Did you think that you'd be getting off? Where was your head? Where was your head on that?
I had no idea. So really, it was halfway through the season. I actually had a sprained MCL, and I was out for 2 or 3 weeks, which was nothing big at all. But I came back, and I really didn't have any expectation of coming back. And I had the good finish at the end of the season, but at the end of the season, I still didn't even expect an offer from anywhere, and I was just going to see how things played out. And honestly, it really surprised me how fast it picked up right after the season ended, with coaches contacting. And then honestly, the rest of this has happened so fast, from going on my first visit to now. It went by in a snap.
Before we get into the visits and what that whole experience is like, is there a common theme you're hearing from coaches as far as what they see in you as a player that's attracting them? Is there part of your game that they really like?
Yeah, a lot of them have talked about a lot of them, and they've even said it on visits in front of all the linemen there, that I finish well. I always finish well at the end. If they watch my highlights, they'll always, after every play, I'm either pancaking somebody, or they just like that part of my aggressiveness on the field.
You play center now. Is that where you're projecting in college? Or are they telling you if you maybe get some weight, or you might move out to guard? Is that set in stone, or is it?
It's depending on the schools right now. Some schools have viewed me as just an interior guy, and some have even said tackle as well. And honestly, I'd be fine with playing anywhere on the line. And the 10th grade year, I played a little bit of tackle when I played on varsity 10th grade. And this past year, playing center, I have experience of that. And so, yeah, it's really anywhere that they've told me I could play any 5 spots on the line, but some have recruited me just as interior. Some say I just have that flexibility to play all 5. But for me, it's wherever. So,
want to ask you about, because on our site we post a lot. This X school was going to visit this guy. Kids are going on to visits. 99% of my readers don't have an idea. I don't have an idea what it's like to be on a visit or to have a coach come in. Can you maybe just explain in general purposes, not exactly what they're saying to you, but when a coach comes to you, I know you had a school come visit you yesterday. Take us like, what's that like? What are they, when they come to the school, does it feel like a job interview? Do you get nervous?
I mean, definitely. If it's the first time you meet them, you of course want to make a good impression on them and stuff. But when schools are coming in for their 3rd or 4th time talking to you, and you know the coach, it's honestly just catching up with them and talking to them more, and seeing how each other are doing. And they always ask how it's going in the gym, and how's everything going with just speed work. And they could really ask anything about getting better at football. So it's a cool experience when they come in. It's definitely, when I get the text that says from my coach that just says come down to my office, I have no idea what school's there until I get down there. So it's always fun. And Yeah.
When you mentioned if it's like the third or fourth time, I guess when it's gotten to that point, they're trying to sell themselves more on you in order to impress you. Maybe the first time, a coach is maybe just coming to view you and to, you know, gauge whether or not they're going to have future interest. So as the visits go on, they're really trying to impress you, right?
Sure.
All right. What's an official visit like, or not official, but unofficial visit? What I imagine that has to be really cool, just because you're out of your school and you're just checking out possibly your new home.
Yeah, definitely. They're always fun. You always drive out there and you just get to see their campus, see if it has a good campus feel to you. And some of those colleges, you get there and you just feel like, wow, I could really see myself at this place. And you get to meet the coaching staff and just talk about football with them. Go over all the football facility stuff, and it's a really fun time going on those trips.
When you're doing this now, who are you relying on? Do you have a support system as far as, I imagine your coaching staff here at Seneca Valley is like, and what sort of role are your parents playing in this, especially when you're going on unofficial visits? As far as, I imagine they're looking a lot more for the non-football side of things.
Yeah, definitely. My parents have definitely gone on all of these trips with me, and especially my dad. My dad's been going on mostly all of them that he can make, if he can make them with work, and he likes giving his input, and we have a great time doing it. Great bonding time, and of course my mom's there too, and she views the academic side a little more. She is always worrying about that, but they've definitely played a huge role in it and got me to where I am today, and of course my coaches as well, getting other coaches in here and stuff, and being able to talk to them, and that's truly a blessing from them too.
All right, just a couple more questions here. Where do you see your recruiting right now? Not as far as maybe making a visit, but have you talked to your parents about, do you want to maybe play out the season and see if your stock, your quote stock goes up higher, and who else can attract, or do you want to maybe get serious this summer and try to do something before the season starts? Do you have a idea where you want to go?
Most likely, I have definitely a top couple of schools that have offered me, and the ones that haven't, I'm going to go to their camps, and while I'm at their camps, I'm going to tour the campus and stuff while I'm there, and then see if anything comes from that. And then after that, my goal is to be committed somewhere, probably late June, early July. I'd like to commit before my senior season if that's possible. But it might be earlier, it might be later than that. But my goal for right now is to be committed to a school before my senior season.
All right, last thing here is just going to ask you a little. I know you've had contact with Pitt. You mentioned camp, I believe, last time I talked to you, that you might be heading out to one of their football camps. I believe Coach Borbley wants to see you in person and see you on the field. Just tell me in general, is that still the plan to go check them out? And what's it like to be getting some contact with the local school and where it possibly can go?
Yeah, definitely. Pitt's camp is definitely a possibility for me, and I've talked with Coach Borbley on numerous occasions. I know he's been in here a couple of times, and I've been out there, and we've built that relationship. And I could see that as being, I'm gonna pick like maybe 2 or 3 camps that I'm going to, and they're definitely high on the board for me going to their camp, and yeah, it'd be a lot of fun going to their camp and seeing all of them again and having a good time.
Last question. What would who knows what happens? A lot of times, kids make an impression with the coaching staff when they're at that camp. It happens all the time. What last thing is, what would an offer from the hometown school mean to you?
Oh, definitely, it would mean a lot. That would be very cool for that to happen. Of course, it is Pitt, so like 20 minutes away. Grow up watching them, so that would definitely mean a whole lot.
All right, Josh, we appreciate the time and all the best this coming season.
Thank you.
Josh Kaltenberger from Seneca Valley High School.